Hey, what's going on, guys? Today on TrailRecon, I am really excited to introduce a new video series that we've been invited to film with the San Diego Jeep Club. They are getting ready to embark on this amazing project, and we get to film along the ride. Let me introduce you to the guys, because today we're going to talk about the beginning stages of what's going to happen. All right, let me introduce you to the team. To my far right is John M., who is the president of the San Diego Jeep Club.
Hey Brad, thanks for having me out.
All right, and then I've got John, who is the video creator of Rock Trooper, and you've probably seen a lot of his videos. He does some great install videos. John?
Hey guys, how you doing?
And to my left is Quentin, aka Q, who is the trail leader on most of our Jeep runs, and he's also a board member for the club.
Hey everyone.
So John, I know you've been working on this for a while. What's the premise of the project?
So we've been talking with the San Diego Jeep Club for a while, and I think now is the perfect opportunity to take advantage of getting a build done, right? So we're going to look to get as close to a base model Jeep as possible. We're going to bring it in, we're going to tear it down, we're going to get a bunch of the San Diego Jeep Club members out here to help with us, break it down, and then we're going to build it back up.
Man, that's cool. You're going to get some members in here to actually do some of the work. That's really neat. Now, what kind of style of Jeep are you thinking about building?
So it's going to be kind of a dual purpose hybrid type Jeep vehicle. So we're going to build it more along the lines of a rock crawler / overlander. I know there's various differences between the two, but we're going to try and make this as close as possible to a hybrid version. We're going to take this out to a lot of locations which are very remote. We want to make it so we can stay in the Jeep or have the Jeep with us on a long period of time.
Wow, so that's pretty cool. This is going to be a really exciting project, but man, there's a lot of different Jeeps to choose from. Maybe we should talk about each model and see which one you want to consider.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so you got let's talk about the one that everybody loves, the old classic CJ.
So the CJs ran until the mid-1980s, had various body styles. They were all two-door, but when you get into the CJH, you get the Scrambler, which had a longer wheelbase, which is really good for rock crawling.
The CJ is a great classic Jeep, man. I love it. You think it'd be a good build for this project?
It would be a good build. You just got to keep in mind that you have to do a lot of custom fabrication to that type of model Jeep.
Yeah. Do we want to do that? Do we want to take a nice classic Jeep like that and modify it? A lot of people do it.
I know, but on the trails, I love seeing when someone brings out a CJ model.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Stock.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We see them on the trails. They're following us. I just love the way that looks.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So CJ is a consideration, though, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, what about the YJ?
Yeah, so the YJ model, that was the first model that would introduce as the Wrangler, and they had a couple different engine styles, the same body style with the YJ that the CJ had, the two-door, hard top, soft top. You can get a couple different model variations during that time frame, which was really good about the YJ was having that 6-cylinder straight 4-liter engine. Right, they're just performance beasts. They were just great, and you can still get a lot of aftermarket parts for that type of engine. Right. They have the leaf spring suspension in there, and you can get those type of suspension upgrades pretty much anywhere.
And they're pretty easy to find, and they're pretty affordable, right?
Yeah,
as far as Wranglers go?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what about an XJ? Is that a possibility?
Absolutely, yes.
Why would we want to do an XJ? I mean, I already know why I would like to do an XJ because I'm doing one, but what do you think?
Well, for me, I was an XJ driver for many years. I've honestly owned so many of them I can't even recall. What has always attracted me to the XJ, that prior to the JK 4-door build, was that you had the 4 doors, that you had that extra space in the rear of your Jeep. So for an expedition style Jeeper such as myself, I love the idea that I could pack it up, hit the trail, and then I could sleep inside the rig if I wanted to.
So yeah, so I like the thought of doing an XJ, but what about a TJ? Is that an option?
So yeah, the TJ started from 1997 and ran through 2006. The big difference with the TJ now is that it changed over from the leaf suspension to the coil suspension that we're familiar with now. Yeah. And also kept the same 4-liter 6-cylinder engine that's really a bulletproof. It's really a workhorse when it comes to using it in the Jeep.
Absolutely, yes. And then, to go a little bit farther beyond the TJ, we have the LJ, which came out from 04 to 06.
Right, yep.
The LJ was actually the Jeep that Jeep produced that took me away from the XJ. For years, throughout the 90s, I had XJs, and the reason why I switched from the XJ to the LJ in 04 was that longer bed, that longer tub.
Yep.
And Rubicon, came along, and then so I had a Rubicon rock crawling capable Jeep that
Nice.
gave me that extra space that I needed and I wanted, and that's when at that point where I switched over from XJ to LJ.
Right, yeah, so 2003, the Rubicon, the official model, came out. And then in 2004, like you're saying, started the LJ. So having that Rubicon LJ series with the longer bed, the 10-inch longer wheelbase in there was really a nice Jeep to have.
It was a complete transformation.
Yeah, so that
Absolutely.
TJ and the LJ series Jeeps is definitely going to be an option when we look at this build.
Absolutely.
Now there is an abundance of TJs out there, but LJs not so much, right?
No, not so much. My neighbor actually just recently purchased one, and it was over $20,000 for essentially a stock LJ with 40,000 miles on it.
But it'd be cool to do a project with that
Yes.
build, though, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
really
it
nice.
would, and it's a commodity. People want those LJs because you don't see them rolling around as much as you do a TJ.
Yeah.
And so that's hence the price on those over 20 grand.
Okay, so two more considerations there, but let's talk about the one that we're all owners of, the JK.
Yeah, absolutely. So in 2007, the JK Wrangler was officially introduced. They came with the 2-door model, and then this is the first time we were able to see the 4-door or the unlimited model.
They also had an evolution during that time period where they went to a very much nicer interior in 2011.
Right.
And then in 2012, they added the new 3.6 liter Pentastar engine, which had significantly more horsepower and more torque.
Yep.
Yeah, but the big consideration I know when I was looking for a JK is price. The older JKs, they really hold their value quite a bit, and so that's a big consideration when we're
Yeah.
talking about buying a Jeep to do a build, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so we got a new Jeep that's getting ready to be released this year, the JL. What do we think about that one?
In 2018, Jeep is officially going to release the 4th iteration of the Wrangler, that being the JL model, right? We don't have too much information, it hasn't been officially released as of yet, but some of the rumors that are out there, it's going to have an 8-speed automatic transmission, which will definitely help out in that gas mileage for the for the driving of the Wrangler. There's rumors also that it's going to be a pickup version, which would be pretty cool. And then the other rumor that I heard is going to have a turbo diesel model engine in there.
Now, Q, you just saw one not too long ago, right?
Right, on the way to Moab, I got to see, there were two of them, two 4-door hardtops. Looking at it, I got quite a few shots of it. The windshield was swept back a little bit more. I, of course, was paying attention to the axles, and they looked like Dana 44s to me.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think the new JL is going to be cool, but it's not released yet. I mean, I know
No.
we're wanting to get started a little sooner than later, right?
Yeah, not an option
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, exactly. At the time of this recording that we're doing today, there's still a lot of mystery behind the JL. We don't really know what it is and what's going to be all about.
Right. So, but we've covered a lot of Jeeps today. They're all options right now. Everything's on the table.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't think there's
absolutely.
anything off the table at this point.
What do you think? Let's ask the viewers. What do they think?
Yep.
Hey guys, look, I think it'd be really cool to hear from you. You put in the comments what you think would be a great Jeep build for the San Diego Jeep Club. Let us know, YJ, TJ, JK, let us know, and what kind of Jeep would you like to build. I think it'd be really cool to hear from you guys. So guys, I hope you're as excited as I am to go follow along on this journey. It's really exciting that the San Diego Jeep Club has invited us to film this evolution. In the next episode, we're going to join up with them and kind of talk about the search and what they're actually going to look for. And then we're going to go reveal whatever it is they end up buying. And then we get to join them along as they do the modifications and they build it up. It's really pretty cool. Make sure that you check out their website at sdjc.rocks. They've got a lot of information over there, and they'll have more information about this build. One thing we want to do is thank Ultra Engineering for allowing us to film in this shop, and they got a lift in here that we get to use. So really thanks to them. And look, if you're visiting the channel for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, we'll see you out on the trail.